Are they basic? Are those two bags basic? They borderline are. I feel like they're basic. These are really popular bags, and I think it's really normal that when we're considering buying our first bag, you would naturally be drawn to these because they are big on social media, so they're kind of front of mind. But really, that is a really big reason why they are worth you avoiding. Please avoid at all costs. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Sophie. If you are new, welcome, and if you're one of my regulars, welcome back. Over here I have a selection of bags that I own, that I have bought, that are fails for me. Bags that for various reasons I wish I never bought, and bags that I think for you are worth you avoiding. And in fact, some bags that I've owned, that I've sold, I'm going to talk about those as well, because I've got stuff here that's quite popular. And for reasons I'm going to go into, if you're looking to buy your first bag, your one and only bag, you want something classic that's going to last, it is none of these that are right here, right now. I want to start with one that's probably going to be really obvious as to why this is. Just don't buy this bag, don't buy this brand. It's Balenciaga. After their scandal that went on last year, which probably loads of you know about, which was gross, like what they did. I don't even know how that advertising campaign got through so many layers of what must have been different management and directors. I don't know how that campaign got through and that everyone was like, yeah, cool, that's a really good campaign. And I think they have ruined their brand. Whenever I go past a Balenciaga store or a standalone concession, they're empty. I'm not seeing people in there, and it is no surprise at all. I don't know about you, how many people watching have got this bag or other Balenciaga bags. I don't wear this. I can't see myself ever wearing this again, and it's a real shame because I love this bag. I got it for a really good price at Bicester Village, and can you believe it? I bought it last October, and then the scandal hit. When was it? December. So I didn't even have it that long to wear it and enjoy it before all that kicked off. And now, as I say, I can't even look at this bag. I don't want to wear it. There's no point in me selling it because I'm not going to get much money for it. And so if you are tempted by Balenciaga, just don't. Another very popular bag, and in fact there are two of them, and I've spoken about these before, but I'm going to go into it just a bit in this video. There are two bags from Louis Vuitton that are really up there, I feel, when it comes to those who buy their first bag, and I know why they are popular. It's the Neverfull and the Speedy, and I know why these are popular, and I believe it's because of two things. It's the price, but also it's that classicness. They've both been around for generations and they don't look set to disappear anytime soon. And so for those two reasons, I can understand why, if you're looking to buy your first bag, you would naturally assume that those two are good ones to go for. But the reason why I'm suggesting that they are not is because, first of all, I don't have anything here. I'll show you some clips that I've shown you just recently of Louis Vuitton bags I've got and how badly they scratch up on the hardware. Louis Vuitton bags, in my experience, don't wear well. I've even got a Louis Vuitton bag made out of the canvas, and the canvas is cracking, where it kind of naturally bends, whether, you know, like when you have those bags, normally it's like a Boston type bag and it's got top handles, and where the handle pulls down, it's created a crease in the canvas, and that crease is starting to crack, and there is nothing I can do about that crease. I've tried to stop it happening. It's just the weight of the handle that pulls the canvas down. So the canvas in the beginning is hard wearing, but over time, I mean, I'm talking like 10 years here, over time it can start to break down. The other downside to those two bags are fakes. The last thing you want to do, spend your hard-earned money, you've been working, you've saved, is go and spend your hard-earned money and then see it faked all over the place. It really spoils it. And actually, I've spoken before about how I believe that fakes damage exclusivity, because when you see something everywhere, it fails to become interesting. And, you know, I've said this before about Van Cleef. I love the Van Cleef, you know, the little clovers, I forget what they're called, Alhambra, is it? I love all of that line. I think they look amazing on. I love the chunkiness of them. If someone gave me one, I would love it and I would wear it, but would I buy them? No, only because I see them everywhere, and to me, they feel not very special now. And that's the thing with those two bags. I would definitely advise against it from a quality point of view, but also, are they basic? Are those two bags basic? They borderline are. I feel like they're basic. Okay, the next brand is Valentino. Big fail. Like major fail here. This is a Rockstar bag that I bought back in 2018. And I bought it on Louisa Via Roma, and I bought it because I got it for a fabulous price. I feel like there was about 30%, maybe 40% off this bag. And so I decided to buy it. And in 2018, I did use this bag, but I grew out of it pretty quickly. I think if you look at Valentino bags, pre-loved as well, they do not hold their money one bit. And so I would 1000% recommend against you buying your first bag and it being Valentino. Just don't do it. Do I think the quality's good? Yeah. I think the quality's good, the leather's beautiful. If you like the style, you like the style, but they aren't classic, they aren't timeless, and they just are not worth you dropping your money on. Promise me on that. Go and buy something else, but don't buy that. Okay, next, and it's pretty much, don't scream at me, but I have my reasons. It's pretty much anything from Bottega. Cue the Jodie bag, which I'm not going to go into showing you the zip because I've done that a million times and I can hear you all groaning about it. You know how I feel about this bag. Honestly, I love how it looks. There's so much about it that I love, but I don't like how it functions because it doesn't function, and for that reason I don't use this. But I wouldn't say that any Bottega bags are worth you buying if you're buying one and only one bag. They are trend bags, if you ask me. I feel like they are trend, and I don't feel like they are classic. They're really good if you're into the quiet luxury thing because there's no visible logo. But I think that if you are into quiet luxury, there are better bags that you can buy that are more classic and that have been going for a while. Like Delvaux, they have got some bags that have been around since like the 50s or something, and that they don't have logos on them. There are brands out there that have that are like that. But yeah, with Bottega bags, if you ask me, they're trend. I couldn't move on without talking about Chanel. And I have a bag here that I think is the worst bag you can possibly buy in the world from Chanel. But I'm also conflicted because there is a bag, and you know the one, there is a bag from Chanel, and I feel conflicted because on one hand it's the best bag you can buy, on the other hand it's the worst bag you can buy, and it's the classic flap. It is the best bag you can buy because it's been around since, well, the reissue's been around since 1955, and the version that's got the double C's has been around since I think 1983 or something. So they've been around. They're classic, they're long term, you can always dig them out. 20 years from now, you can still wear it, it's still gonna look fresh, still gonna look great. But I feel like they're too much money now. I don't feel like they're worth it. And I would say if you're looking to buy one bag only, yes, the classic flap is the perfect one to go for, or the Lady Dior. But I would say with both of them, think about pre-loved, because both of those bags, they're so expensive now that, as I say, it's kind of not really worth you buying. But the bag that I think is the absolute worst to buy is the boy bag, because it wears so badly. If you get the lambskin, all of the corners go on it, trust me, and the corners went, when I say they go, they wear through really quickly. Because of the design of the bag and these sharp edges, they just rub on everything. But the other thing with this bag that I've shown you before is when you carry it by the top handle on your shoulder, you naturally, let me show you. When you've got it on your shoulder, you naturally hold it like that, right? And your elbow squidges the bag in. And over time, this happens. Can you see my saggy bottom on my bag? If I show you side on as well, so that you can see. Can you see the way it sags out there? It loses its shape. And so for that reason, I would massively not recommend this bag as a first bag, as an only bag. A popular one which I have a lot of you email me about, and again I can see why this would be a popular bag as a first and only bag, and it's Prada, the Reedition, non-crystal version. This is a version of it in the teddy material, but I'm actually talking about this one, which is the more classic nylon version. And I have a lot of you email me saying, is that bag worth it? Because it's under £1,000. I'm not sure if it still is, but it was at one point. Like, how much was that bag? At one point, I can't remember, was it like £700 or something? And now it's nearly 1,000. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think as a first and only bag, these are the worst ones you can go for, because they've been dug back up from the 2000s. They're a trend. They're not. They're nylon. This is like fabric. This this scrunches up into nothing. It doesn't feel premium. It doesn't feel quality. It's a trend bag. It's a fashion bag. It's fun. But if you're only going to buy one bag, I think you will be disappointed. 5 years from now, I think you're going to be disappointed with this, because unless you're into that vintage look, I'm not sure you're going to want to keep using it, and it's not quality. If you get up close and personal to one, you might know what I mean, but does it feel like £1,000 handbag? No. Has this answered any burning questions that you have? If you are looking for your first bag and you want to know, okay, great, I know what not to buy now, what should I buy? I can do a video on that. Let me know if you would be interested, and I can do that. If you have enjoyed this video and you want to come and hang out on some more, I'm going to link to a couple here and here. Have a think which one you quite like to join me in. I hope you will, and I hope to see you in a few moments when you've picked one of these.